Tommy Invincible, what is up, brother?
Hey, man, meeting the fans. I know I'm getting a lot of love. It's truly an honor and a blessing what's going on. And thank you for being here. You're one of the best interviewers in this business.
Thank you. Now, speaking of that, we got to get you on the podcast.
Yeah, well, bring me on. You jabroni.
Whoa. Let everybody know
All
where
you
they
got to
can...
do is ask. I'm very available to everybody. Ask around.
All right, we'll get you on real soon. Let everybody know where they can follow you. I know you want to get to your fans.
At Tommy Invincible everywhere. Follow me or shame on you. We can all become invincible.
Johnny Cashmere, why did you betray your friend Joel Maximo?
My friend Joel Maximo. Didn't talk to him for 12 years while I was not in the wrestling business. I have plenty of fair weather friends. Let me tell you something. With friends like Joel Maximo, who the hell needs enemies? I'm not getting any younger. I got to fast track my career. If it means blowing out the other guy's candle to make mine shine a little bit brighter, I'm all for it, Dank. I don't care what anybody says.
It's terrible, man. Johnny Cashmere.
Hey, I'm Live Wire Charlie, and I'm Dangerous, and we are Live Danger.
All right. Now, you guys were at the free-for-all recently.
We were.
And you are now part of Chosen Pro Wrestling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I will see you there, of course, but how was it like to participate in the free-for-all?
Oh, it was great. We got a shot at those tag team titles, and we're going to be back. We're young, we're 23 years old, and we're hungry for those titles. So we got a whole lot of this, and we're using it to our advantage. We're hungry, we want it all, and we're willing to do whatever it takes to get to the top, baby.
All right, so Tiffany Avatar just lost the Goddesses of War championship, and I heard she went to, Lucky Leo's, to sulk in the candy stuff. So let's go see how she's going. What the hell? Tiffany, are you all right, Tiffany?
Is that my buddy?
What happened? You lost the title.
She poisoned my lollipop, smashed me over the head with it. I don't have my title anymore, buddy. I can't go home. I can't go to Candyland. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna lay here, okay?
Oh, okay. All right, Tiff. All right. Man, that Amity, she's really tough. Wait, what? What the hell?
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me earlier.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take Kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whipwreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest.
Get my earplugs on.
No.
You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people.
Dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
We're now the new Starlet champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am Fearless Princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
Finisher is called the Shadow Band, and I was like, that's kind of...
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great...
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Dank, the one and only Papa Dank. And today I have a very special guest for Chosen Pro Wrestling, who is, they are coming back this Friday night. I'm so excited because I will be there at the Ocean County Fair. But just watching the intros and all that stuff, I'm feeling a little sad today for my best buddy, Tiffany Avatar. She lost the Goddesses Championship, and, she's a little sad, and I feel terrible today, It's not easy when you lose a championship. I have not lost my championship. I am still the 23-6 YouTube heavyweight champion. But don't worry, Tiff. Your ship will come through again. Don't worry about it. All right, let me bring to you my very special guest, the one, the only, Jordan Sate. What is up?
Yes, what's up? What's up, Papa Dank? How you doing? Flash is fast, Flash is cool, but Flash is on the Beyond the Barricade podcast.
Ooh, okay. All right. Now, we need a little light because we can't see. It's dark in there, man. What are you got a migraine tonight?
Hey, man. They call me the Black Flash, so, it's always dark when I'm around.
Okay, all right. I'm a big fan of the Flash. What is up, Mr. Herb Simmons? How are you tonight, sir?
Oh, you doing, Herb?
All right. So everybody knows Herb is the owner of SICW Wrestling in Illinois.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Well,
and he's
Illinois,
been
we got
around the
fans all
block,
over
Jordan.
Illinois. In Philtown, as I like to call it.
Yeah, man, he's been around for a long time. But anyway, let's talk about this Friday night, man.
Yeah.
We have Mayhem on the Midway.
Yes, sir. Chosen Pro Wrestling.
Chosen Pro Wrestling. Let everybody know about your match.
Yeah, of course. This Friday, I'm taking on Cooper Valentine. Cooper is a very talented young man. I've had the pleasure of getting to talk to him, even work with him once, but that was a secret show. It was like at a Remarkable Wrestling. We did a Brooklyn Comic Con. We did a cosplay wrestling match. I was Spider-Man. He was Venom, and you already know your boy came out on top.
Now, tell me your strategy going into this match as I try to find this graphic for us.
Oh, my strategy. Oh, that's a good question. So, like I said, Cooper, he's young, he's hungry, just like me. And, you know, it's always nice to face, like, other young prospects in this game of wrestling. Like, I see so many younger guys like myself and just get so inspired by them and say, like, you know, it's a good learning experience for both of us because, you know, we're both trying to come up in the game and make our name and try to stake something for ourselves in Chosen Pro Wrestling. I've been on Chosen a couple times. Cooper's been on there like once, but you know, it's like it's great exposure for both of us. We're wrestling at a fair, so we already know it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, now I got the graphic. There he is, Cooper Valentine versus Jordan Sate this Friday night at the Ocean County Fair. Are you excited to be at the Ocean County Fair? Because I'm excited to be there.
I've never been to the Ocean County Fair.
Me neither. That's why I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Nah, she's like a fun time. Like, I love fairs. I love amusement parks. I love roller coasters. I'm never scared to go on one. I got my hands all the way up when I'm riding, baby.
Nice.
That's the energy. That's the energy.
I don't know if they have roller coaster, but I'm sure they have that spinning wheel thing we can go on.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
And definitely they're going to have funnel cakes. You like funnel cake?
Oh, I love funnel cake.
I love funnel cake too. We got to have some. I think that Chosen should cater the show with funnel cakes for us. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that would be sick. I would love some funnel cakes. I know these freaking wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hello.
All right. I don't think it's in the budget this time, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Oh, of course.
Hi, Serena. Hi, Rosa. I mean the Ferris wheel. Yeah, the Ferris wheel, Serena.
Love the Ferris wheel.
What is up, Silk? What is going on, man? We're getting a lot of love tonight, Jordan. A lot of love.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got some viewers up in here. You already know, like, everybody loves the Black Flash, your boy, your mans. Everybody loves Black Flash's flashy fans. So thank you all for joining.
Our good pal Brianna's in the chat saying hello over on Instagram. What is up, Brianna?
Hello, Brianna.
All right, let's get started. Let's talk about how you fell in love with professional wrestling.
That's actually a pretty good way to start off. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I want to say 6 years old, and like my father bought me my first wrestling video game, which is SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, and that's when I started to fall in love. And like my favorite wrestler growing up, like you should have saw me on Saturday. I was a wreck when he announced his retirement. That was John Cena.
Oh man,
that was like my hero growing up. Like, he inspired me so much. He inspired me to become a pro wrestler. Like, without John Cena, Black Flash wouldn't exist.
So if you could tell one thing to John Cena tonight, what would you say to him?
John, thank you so much for everything. Like, I know you don't know who I am, but you have impacted so many people in professional wrestling, including myself. You've impacted my friends, like my family, like everybody that I've taken to see like a WWE show. They've always been hyped to see you. I've been hyped to see you. That's where I get like my positive energy and my never say die attitude from. It was always from watching your matches and watching you go. So thank you so much, John. I'm really going to miss you when you retire. Like, you were everything to me.
That's right, man. They don't call him the GOAT for nothing.
Wow, that's John right there.
Yeah, man, he's definitely going to be mixed. I got a sign. I can see it from here. You can't see it, but a signed Funko Pop for John Cena.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just got his Ultimate figure that was up on ringside.
Okay, word.
So I'm a Cena fan too, man. So we on
Hell
we,
yeah.
we on the same page on that.
Oh yeah, of course. I had a John Cena Funko Pop. It was like the blue one, the teal one, when he was like United States champion. I don't know where that Funko Pop is, but I hope to find
Is
it.
that? Did you get it at the Funko WWE shop actually?
Uh, to be honest, I don't know where I got it from. I think I got it for like Christmas in 2015. So that's probably where I really got it from. I wish I could visit the Funko Pop.
That might be worth some money there. You better look into that.
Yeah, I hope so. I would hope so, but I probably never sell it. Like
Yeah, I never saw mine. Mine reminds me of my brother. It's tied to my brother who passed away. He was a huge John Cena fan, man. Love John Cena.
Yeah, man. That's sad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I would hope he's looking down and proud to see John Cena's like finally ending his career on his terms and the way he wants to. It's going to be an epic spectacle to see his final run for sure.
100%. All right, let's get back to your run. Let's talk about your. Actually, where did you go train, and who were your trainers during that initial training?
To be honest, I've had like a very vast majority of trainers. So I had started out like my first month in wrestling training at Creative Pro Wrestling with Aaron Rourke, and Liam Davis, and Steven Azure. You can see most of them on Wrestling Open.
I know Steven very well.
Steven was one of my first trainers. They were the guys who taught me how to roll, run the ropes. Then I started going to college at Buffalo, and I started training with Grapplers Anonymous. If you guys watch AEW, one of their hottest commodities, Daniel Garcia, was trained at Grapplers Anonymous. I got to have the privilege to train with Daniel a couple times. Like
awesome.
He was a tough guy to train with. Like the cardio, the endurance, and his like wrestling ability is just something to behold. And I'm grateful to have gotten that knowledge from Garcia and also from guys like Kevin Blackwood and my head trainer who was there, who I feel like should get more respect on his name, Mikey Everynight. Mikey was literally the guy who taught Garcia and Blackwood how to grapple like the way that they do. And Mikey, without Mikey, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be as good of a wrestler as I am now. So if he's watching this, which I'm pretty sure he's not, he's probably playing with his guitar. Mikey, thank you very much. You were the GOAT. You were the greatest coach I've ever had, and I love you. And I've also been trained by Remarkable Wrestling, as you guys have seen me on some of their shows, like Kono Capuccia, Gabriel Sky, Desmond Cole have all had like a hand in helping me get better in my training too. And I owe a lot to those guys as well, for sure.
All right. I know those guys too, man. In fact, I see Gabe here and there at my store. He comes and shops at the store. Like,
oh, hell yeah, man. Gabe and I, we had a match in May. It was a very tough one. It was like Gabe in a whole different element. He was darker, more determined to win, and more vicious. But I wasn't afraid to back down. Black Flash never backs down from a fight. Even though I didn't win, I came out with like a lot of knowledge and what I plan to do for our rematch down the line. So Gabriel Sky.
I heard he's got a dark side over Remarkable.
Yeah, no, he put Kono through the damn chamber. I wasn't there at that show, but I saw the clips. I was appalled to see that. I was very worried for Kono, but Kono will be wrestling Gabe at the next show, July 26th, Danger Zone 3. Hopefully Kono gets his lick back. And Gabe, you better watch out because you will always know that Kono is above the rest.
Okay, all right. Good plug. All right, let's go into your first professional match. Who was your first opponent, and what were your thoughts in your first match?
So my first match, I want to say, was a student taping match that was at Grapplers Anonymous. That's where I had like my first match. And my opponent was a guy who goes by many names. His name is Sebastian Braun. Right now he's the good looking god, but I wrestled him under another persona he had. Like he was basically like Mankind. And his gimmick back then was Slade, like a dark, twisted monster who, I was scared to face at first, but then I remembered like there's nothing to be scared of. Like you're already focused. You've been training for this your whole life. The match was sadly only like a minute and 30 seconds, but it was still a great first learning experience, and it's definitely shown me how far I've come since that time. But that was still like one of the most defining moments of my career, having my first match against Sebastian Braun. He's a very talented young wrestler as well. He's from the upstate New York area. You guys definitely check out his work. He's very, very talented.
All right, now, how was it being out in front of the crowd, man?
To be honest, there was not really much of a crowd. It was, it was actually like our fellow students, our coaches. They were all watching the match, and it was crazy being in front of an audience, like of any type of kind. Just like having people watch you and think like, oh, you're gonna do something wrong, you're gonna botch a move, but it didn't come down to that. It felt like more supportive. It felt like everybody was really amped to see what I could do. And, even though it was a minute and 30 seconds, I still tried to deliver the best I could.
Good. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Tell me about your toughest opponent to date. Who was this opponent and why was he so tough to deal with in the ring? Or she?
Toughest opponent. To be honest, I mentioned him before. Gabe was a challenge because, you already know Gabriel Sky has been around the indie scene in the Northeast. Just recently did the tag team festival with Tristan Ty for DPW. And, it was a whole new element of watching Gabe, because the Gabe I was trying to prepare for was the strong spirit Gabe, the face, varsity quarterback type Gabe, who's still pretty vicious, but at least he has his sportsmanship and his fair competitorship inside of him. But that wasn't the Gabe I was dealing with in that match. It was a whole different version of him. And I can say he ripped me apart. But like I said, it was a learning experience, and I'm glad to have learned from that. It was definitely my toughest opponent to date, but one of my best challenges I can ever say.
Okay, good. All right, next up, talk about a federation in the independent scene you want to work for. That you haven't worked at yet.
I mean, this is a very big long shot, but if they ever do come back to the East Coast, I would definitely love to work Deadlock Pro, because I've seen the work that DPW has done. It's very apparent that they care about the independents and how they carry themselves as an independent professional wrestling promotion. And I would love to at least showcase anything of any caliber, of any kind, in a DPW ring. I've stood toe-to-toe with two DPW world champions in my career. Those guys being Calvin Tankman, who's the current DPW world champion, and the first and former DPW world champion, Bojack. Then those two were also very tough, but it was still another great learning experience to get from two guys who were more experienced, to have won world titles. And it's just such an honor to even be put in the same ring as two strong black talents who have worked their asses off to get to where they are. So I'm grateful for all those opportunities.
Okay, awesome. Let's step out of wrestling for a moment. What does Jordan say like to do for fun? Does Jordan like to collect? Do you do things? What do you do? What does Jordan do?
I've never been much to be a collector. I'm very impulsive. So if I get something, I open it real quick because I just want to see what it's all about. Just trying to experiment, see what it's about. But if you're looking for what I do in my free time, I'm usually staying in the gym, trying to get bigger and better. Always looking to improve. And just not even just in wrestling, but just as a person, because fitness is always important for any person. It boosts your confidence, it boosts your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. And from what I used to look like to what I look like now, I can definitely see the improvement, the changes, and I only look to outdo myself in that. But if you're not catching me at the gym, you'll catch me reading a comic book or watching comic book movies. I'm a very big anime and manga person. I'm sure a lot of people in wrestling are. You can see all the anime inspired gears by so many other talented wrestlers like myself. But I haven't gotten to that type of point yet, just making anime gear. But hopefully we get there.
All right. What's your favorite comic book?
Favorite comic book? That's a good question. It's a very big toss-up between.
I'll tell you mine when you're done.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm all ears.
All right. Let me know what you got.
I want to say Batman Long Halloween is one of my favorites. I love that storyline, and it's one of my favorites, and it's so cool to see.
I said your favorite comic, not best storyline, but all right.
but that is my favorite comic.
That's a good storyline.
Yeah, no, Batman Long Halloween was also just a really good comic book. That and Death in the Family, because like I'm a big Batman guy.
Okay.
And
What about Nightfall?
Nightfall. Oh, you kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of Nightfall. That was actually a really good storyline too. But if not Batman, definitely any incarnation of Spider-Man. Like I really like, and I guess you could tell this by me, but like the Spider-Man Miles Morales storylines where he just like first became Spider-Man and they first like introduced him into the series. I was really all up into that series because it was so cool to see like a black version of Spider-Man and like how that like inspired my character in wrestling. It's just not even that. It's like how it inspired like all the other young black youth who aspire to be like Miles Morales, who just watched the movies and like got gained inspiration from that.
The movies
I want to hear
really
what
good.
your favorite comic is. What is
my favorite comic book of character of all time is the ever amazing Spider-Man.
Okay, see, we're on the same book there.
We're on the same page. I remember when Miles Morales first came out, that Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, the Ultimate Edition.
Because they killed Peter Parker off.
Yeah, no, and then he came back as a clone.
That's right. Now, my favorite Spider-Man storyline. Well, actually, there's two, so I gotta say them because they're my two favorites. The first one was the Hobgoblin, the original Hobgoblin. When he came, nobody knew who he was, and then you thought he knew who he was, and then you didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Until years later, it was someone who wasn't even in the books.
Oh,
so that threw me off, and then the Clone Saga is my second, probably my second favorite of all time because I love the Ben Reilly character and. I love that how they evolved because I went out of comics for a while, but I started to pick up Spider-Man again, and I saw that they brought him back because they had killed him off.
Yeah.
They brought him back as a different character, and I'm like, yo, that's dope.
Okay.
Like, he's still Ben Reilly, but now he's called Chasm.
Yeah, no, they changed his character a lot. He was Chasm.
So that is my favorite. I think, did I lose Jordan, or did I lose myself?
Did you see me?
Did I lose you, or was it me?
I don't know. I can still see you.
Okay. So I'm gonna say those two storylines are my favorite Spider-Man storylines.
You got great taste, Papa Dank. Sure.
And I collect Funkos, so you can see them. They're all over.
Yeah, no, you're a very, very detailed collector from what I see. I don't know too many collectors. That Umaga, that's awesome.
Just came out.
I was just watching John Cena's match with Umaga, the Last Man Standing match. One of my favorite matches of all time.
I'm going to show you another good pop because it came out, and I think they did a really good job with her.
Oh, Zelina Vega.
I think
that's a really good one. They got the Puerto Rico attire.
That's right. This is going to be a hot collector's item right here for any Puerto Rican that's out there.
Oh, hell yeah. And you already know, Chosen Pro has a lot of Puerto Ricans.
That's right. I'm not bringing it with me, so nobody can try to ransack me.
I'm just going to steal that from you real quick.
I will be walking around carrying, though, my gold, my 23-6 YouTube Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, dang. Hey, you better watch out. Someone might be...
I got to be careful. I got to be careful. Puerto Rico. That's right, Puerto Rico.
Nice, Puerto Rico. Another island in the Caribbean.
I love it. All right, let's go back to wrestling. Tell me about a country you would like to go to either have matches or train or even both. Any country stands out for you.
Okay, so this I can answer very easily. It has been a lifelong dream of mine to go to Japan. Japan. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to go to Japan, but like I see the way like professional wrestling is carried in Japan. Like they carry it very honorably and they treat it as if it's an actual sport, which it should be treated like here. And we're getting back to that era. Like the professional wrestling industry is going through a whole big boom, especially after WrestleMania 40. So going to Japan where it's actually like culturally like loved and acclaimed to be a professional wrestler and then learn from esteemed Japanese wrestlers, it would be such an honor. And especially knowing so many people who've gone to Japan, people who are currently in Japan, and people who are from Japan, I've had like the greatest honor to at least pick their brain about it and try to get some insight. So Japan, definitely want to knock that off the list one day.
Number one.
Hopefully you guys see me somewhere like New Japan, Noah, DDT, wherever.
All right. Garrett says Japan is almost everyone's bucket list in wrestling other than WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Japan is like I said, it's the most honorable country for wrestling, and it's the most culturally accepted place to be a wrestler. So it's definitely somewhere I believe anybody would want to go.
Right. 100%. Even me, man. I want to go to Japan.
Yeah, no, it's like Japan's awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah, I want to go there. Oh man, Cooper Valentine was watching us, man.
oh, well,
He's
my
trying to
bonus
scope
Friday.
out the competition tonight, man.
Hey, if he's still here, Cooper, I'll see you on Friday. You better come at me with your best, bro, because you already know Flash never lack and Flash accepts nothing less.
You hear that, Cooper? Better watch it back, Coop. You lose the match if you're not watching your back. All right, we talked about Japan. Oh, hold on. Garrett says to be in the same ring the Omega worked in, or Okada or Naito.
I would love just being in a New Japan ring, like just having that honor, especially since it's pretty accessible to get to Japan now. Since a lot of people are going to New Japan's LA dojo. Shout out to the guys that you had in the banner, Live Danger, who just got accepted to go to the LA dojo.
Live Danger will be there. Yes, so, congratulations, guys.
Congratulations to Livewire Charlie. Congrats to Danger Ross. Those guys are awesome. I hope you guys check out Live Danger and their work. They're truly phenomenal.
They are. Now, are they going to be there like for good? Like,
I don't.
Or are they just there like for a few weeks or something?
Like, from what I've heard from the dojo system in LA, it's a couple months worth of training. Okay. So I do not expect that we're not going to see Live Danger again. We definitely will. They're going to come back to New York, or just like the East Coast Independent team, better than ever. I would hope to see them again soon, or hope to tussle with them down the line, or even team up with them. They're great guys. We're electric brothers from different mothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are good guys, man. Garrett's very chatty tonight, especially with God being in WWE now, New Japan has even more exposure.
No, like I feel like New Japan's had the same level of exposure since Guerrillas of Destiny gotten there, especially with guys like AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson.
100%.
It's always been a destination or a marquee place to be at because it elevates your career, not even just for places like WWE, like AEW as well. Like look at Will Ospreay. Like he's already gotten to such like astronomical heights in professional wrestling, and
it's crazy.
I feel like we're going to see even more of his work be more elevated. No pun intended. But I cannot wait to see what the future has for Will Ospreay and
100%. I saw him at Forbidden Door. I went out to see that, and man, his match with Swerve, it's on another level.
It seemed like such a trip to be there alive. I wish I had that opportunity, but sadly I was sick.
And to see who just got signed to WWE, Stephanie Vacour, she really impressed me. Yeah, I didn't know much about her.
Stephanie Vacour has to be one of my favorite women's wrestlers. Probably just wrestling.
Me too. One of my favorite wrestlers. Yeah, she was amazing. Character, her footwork, everything was great.
Yeah, of course. Like it's great to see that so many talents from around the world are starting to get like exposure. And
WWE wasted no time in signing her, man. Let me tell you.
Oh, they did not. They did not, and that's a good pickup for them. That we're getting like a lot of newer talents, more experienced stars. So that's great.
I'm pretty sure she wasn't on their radar up until she started doing stuff with AEW.
Yeah, now I'm glad they finally like snagged her. And we could be seeing the exact same for one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Motor City Machine Guns. But it's up in the air where they're going. But hopefully,
rumors that WWE snagged them.
Yeah, I would hope that. I would hope. I don't care where they go really, because it's always great to see talent anywhere, and to be like one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and especially with the tag teams that are in WWE and AEW, it would be just an honor to watch them duke it out with any tag team
in
the world.
So what's the dream, Jordan, for you? Where do you want to end up?
That's a good question. So to be honest, it just depends on the time and the place. Like I've loved WWE since I was a kid. AEW has been really impressive, and they've impressed me. So most of my friends are signed to AEW, and I would hope to join them one day in the big leagues and show off like who the Black Flash really is in any major promotion, especially a place like WWE, especially since it's so accessible to get into with the PC and how they bred their superstars. like it's a really great crop to be like a professional wrestler, especially a young pro wrestler, because you have so much time to adapt and grow and like put all these fundamentals together in order to gain a contract. So hopefully whoever, picks up the phone first or calls me first and, best offer, best deal, whatever.
Got
I'll
it.
take anything. I'm ready for anything. My goals is just to be the best and to be considered as one of the best ever. Like, I take this wrestling thing very seriously, and I want to take it to astronomical heights as well. I want to be considered one of the greats, like Styles or Osprey, or The Rock or Cena, Misawa Kobashi. It doesn't matter. Like, everybody is just so like up there, and you never know if you could get up there with them or just pass them by. So
Right. Okay. Now there's a lot of hustling and grinding with that as well. So with that being said, is there any states that are drawing you in to where you want to go? Show them who Jordan Saint really is.
to be honest, I would definitely say California has just been blowing it out of the water with the independent wrestling scene there. You got West Coast Pro, you have Prestige, you have PWG, even though they're on a little bit of a hiatus. But California is one of the biggest places to grow as a pro wrestler, especially with the New Japan LA dojo. It has so many resources and such amazing companies where you can like really show off who you are, especially with crowds that are like invested into the wrestling. So if I could ever get the opportunity to work the West Coast ever again, I've worked it once, and that was during Mania weekend. It was in a battle royal for Circle Six. But I would love to come out there regularly and do things and just try to show off my ability, because I'm always looking to adapt and always looking to go new places and meet new faces and heels.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Serena's got a question. If you could choose one era of wrestling from one company, which would you choose?
One era of wrestling from one company. To be honest, this is a pretty underrated one, but Ring of Honor during the 2000s was it's like, I feel like it should be a part of a pro wrestling Bible.
Someone said that yesterday to me. Ring of Honor.
No, Ring of Honor just like it bred most of the talent and wrestlers and superstars that we watch today. Like everybody came up from that era of wrestling and is like on down a legend. And to be a part of that type of locker room, it would be such like a learning experience. Not only just a learning experience, it'd just be like, it would be a challenge to work with so many talents who are just at that level, and you question if you could ever be at that level. And then once you get there, it all flows so perfectly. And then you never know where you can end up. You could end up in the main event of WrestleMania. You could end up being an independent wrestling legend. You could end up just being an AEW, being a multi-time world champion. It doesn't really matter. It's like Ring of Honor was like the biggest stepping stone for a lot of professional wrestlers.
Garrett says Punk, Homicide Styles, Generico, Steen, like so many people.
Exactly. Like all those guys are now considered legends in the professional wrestling.
Garrett also wants to know who would be your dream opponent is, and where would you like it to be?
All right, I have two actually.
Let's do it.
So first, this is a guy who I've idolized for so long, and he's another guy I credit for getting into the professional wrestling game. He's been killing it on AEW and Ring of Honor, and his name is Lee Moriarty, Tiger Style. Lee Moriarty, like, he is something to behold, like, in person. I remember watching him wrestle live for the first time, and I was just so like, what's the word? I want to say just like astonished because of his ability. And it's just like, he inspired me to just go get it. Cause I was like, to see a guy like him do things that you wish you could do, and he just does it. It's just like, I want to be able to test myself against that. And I've worked a pretty fair amount of time. It's been 3 years since I've been training. And a lot of people, I won't say who, but a lot of people have said that I have the potential to be the next Lee Moriarty. I won't take their word for that. because there's already one Lee Moriarty, and I'm trying to be the first Jordan Saint.
Okay.
But to see if we could try to make something of that, Tiger Style versus Black Flash, that would just make my whole wrestling career. But if not Lee, definitely another AEW star who's been killing it as of late, who's been getting more traction, who's been getting more of an audience, and I also credit this guy for my training. He's helped me get to the point that I'm at now, and that's Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia, like I said, is a very talented professional wrestler who has like the absolute mind of just how to go into a wrestling match with no fear, no hesitation, no dying him. And having the privilege to work with him a couple times, just like chain wrestling and getting to understand fundamentals with him, I would just love to see what we could put together in a match. And I feel like it's definitely been something that's been on my list for a very long time to see Black Flash go against Red Death. So hopefully we get that match on the line as well.
Okay. Now, what has been the best advice that Daniel Garcia has given you?
To take it all in. When he says take it all in, it's professional wrestling. Like, this is a business where it can make or break you. And you shouldn't pay attention to the negative about it. You should only focus on the positive. And if there is a negative, you take that and use it as motivation to get stronger and do what you can. Like Garcia was always like the guy who wanted to see me strive and succeed. So like his words also, I always never forget, because, you know, he had a lot of support in me and he believed I could do something great, and look at where we're at now.
All right. Now, last but not least, what does the rest of the year hold for Jordan Saint?
The rest of the year. Well, we don't know for sure, but there's a couple dates coming up. There's a lot of places you could catch me. There's a lot of places you wouldn't expect me to be, but we're going to get there one way or another. Right now, I've not been wrestling as much as I wanted to this year, so that kind of slowed me down a little bit, but I'm picking up back the pace. Like, I've gotten a couple wins this year. I've had a lot of losses, but wins and losses don't really matter like that. It's all about how you can prove yourself to the audience, to the promoters, to anybody in professional wrestling. And hopefully this year it promises a little more for the Black Flash. So I'm always open to any opportunity, whenever, wherever, whoever.
All right, Jordan, thank you for joining us on the podcast. Let everybody know where they can follow you and get your merch.
Oh, hell yeah. So we got my Instagram is SaintsPro_. I do be selling t-shirts, but you can only get them when you see the Black Flash. So if you want a Black Flash t-shirt or a Black Flash 8x10, you got to pull up the Chosen Pro Wrestling this Friday, July 12th. It's the Mayhem on the Midway at Berkeley Township, New Jersey. We're going to the fair, y'all. So I hope to see y'all there.
Come down.
Hope to see y'all then. So thank you, Papa Dank.
Thank you, sir.
You, audience of Papa Dank. I'll see you guys this Friday.
We're nationwide, bud.
All
right, so like Jordan said, make sure you catch them tomorrow night at the Mayhem on the Midway for Chosen Pro Wrestling at the Ocean County Fair. Show starts at 6 p.m. Make sure you get there sharp. And while you're at it, you know, buy a funnel cake or something. But
buy a funnel cake, y'all.
Come see Jordan take on Cooper Valentine. Is he going to be like this tomorrow, or is he going to be like this after the match?
Cool. Sorry, bro, but you're going to be like this. Hey, I don't make the rules.
I know. You know, hearts get broken, Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's how it got to go.
Now, tomorrow night at Chosen Pro Wrestling, we're going to have a special appearance by Michael Fain, All-in-One Fain, my pal.
My guy, Michael Fain, All-in-One.
I love All-in-One Fain. You know, he's definitely the best dressed guy at Chosen, man.
Nah, I might have him beat.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. You'll also be able to catch Giorgio Lawrence tomorrow, the one and only PJ Savage, Clipper Jones, Jorge La Bestia, Mr. Jordan right here, Cooper Valentine, Abs, and so many more. Come down to Mayhem on the Midway. Also, Sal Savelli, my pal, will be there. Check us all out tomorrow at the fair, and then come back Saturday, right? Because it's not over yet. As soon as I can find the graphic, man. Holy cow. There's a lot of graphics here, man. Too many graphs. But anyway, Saturday is American Spirit. And it is coming in. I think there it is. As PJ Savage takes on Adam Ace from the Deadly Sins. Same place. Same bad time. Same bad channel. The Ocean County Fair. See how I worked that in there, Jordan?
Yes, you did. Wordsmith, y'all. He's a wordsmith.
I'm working it. PJ Savage comes and takes on Adam Ace and many other matches also. As for the podcast itself, I have Makari Candy coming on from Memphis Wrestling. She's coming on tomorrow to join me
I got some
at 8
friends.
o'clock.
Shout out my boys, Bosby and Mackenzie Morgan.
And look at that. Look, Jordan, we got friends everywhere. Brick Savage is coming on July 18th.
Is he related to PJ?
I don't think he
Oh.
is. They got the same name. Ruby Devlin will be joining me as well next week. Look at this, man. Demo Diamond, the Metroplex Wrestling Champion, is joining me next week. Woo! And Big Daddy Storm, also from the Memphis area as well, will be joining me next Monday. And I have the Owner Summit coming on this Monday night at 8, which has several owners of wrestling companies from all over the United States, man.
Hell yeah, man.
This is a one-of-a-kind podcast that hasn't been done.
Yeah, man. You're already breaking records, bro.
I'm history maker. That's what I'm making history this Monday coming up. The day after my birthday, history will be made on podcasting.
Happy early birthday, Papa J.
Thank you, man. We're not gonna go into my age, because I'm up there, but I still look good for my age.
I will say you don't look a day over 20.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You can also catch my latest vlog on my YouTube channel as I am hanging out with Kai McKenna over there. What is up, Kai? Hopefully we'll see each other soon, but make sure you check her out as well. Also coming up is Constant Pro Wrestling on Saturday, July 27th, as Jay Lethal will be in action. Make sure you use that QR code or go to Constant Wrestling to get your tickets for that event. And we want to talk about merch. Let's talk about Papa Dank Vlogs merch right there on Pro Wrestling Tees. Get your tees. Help support the channel, because I'm self-funded. Don't have a sponsor. I have a graphic sponsor, which is Pickway Design, if you need more graphics done, or vehicle wraps, whatever, website. He does everything, Devin. So make sure you check out Pickway Design as well. Hold on, we got some comments in here. Yes, we're definitely making history. Thank you, Mom. Happy birthday to me. Sure, Serena's laughing. And Silk's gotta love it. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Jordan, you just hang on for a second.
Yes, of course.
Everybody else, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And have a great evening.